Abhimanyu, thank you so much for giving your time.
Thank you.
Please tell me, how was your experience with Dubai Arbitration Weekend?
So my experience so far with the Dubai Arbitration Week has been very good. I've met people from multiple jurisdictions. I didn't expect that I would meet lawyers from Europe. I would meet lawyers, of course, from UK. There is a lot of excitement from Indian lawyers who are here today. So I think I've met lawyers from all around the world. We've seen lawyers from Asia, South Asia. And I think Dubai is truly becoming a global hub for international arbitration.
Lovely. I think they are going to love this answer. Thank you so much. Abhimanyu, you have moved between Singapore, London and New Delhi. In your experience, what distinguishes a truly global disputes lawyer, and what is your advice to transition seamlessly between different legal and cultural systems?
Yes. I think the experiences that I gained working in Singapore, then London for a very long time, and then of course India, where I practice now in New Delhi, has been very enriching. I think that lawyers who are now working in the dispute side for corporate transactions, for corporate commercial clients, have to have a very global outlook, because India's special clientele and Indian companies are growing their global footprint very rapidly. Today, if you meet even a mid-sized company, they would tell you that they have assets in the UAE, they have business interests in various other parts of the world. And therefore, they are looking at lawyers who can effectively communicate and safely advise them how to protect their rights, not only in India, but also overseas. It's very important that lawyers who are working for such clients learn how to interact with lawyers around the world, understand the legal parlance. What is good in today's time is that the Contract Act, which forms the fundamental of any corporate transaction and economic activity, because everybody has to enter into a contract, the contract law is pretty much uniform. There was a time historically when civil law was in collision with common law. But now really, if you look at the contractual provisions of various countries, whether it is a civil law country like Germany, or whether it is UAE, or whether it is India, basic fundamentals of contract law are similar. And therefore, I think that puts a lot of lawyers around the world on the same page when they're discussing or negotiating an agreement, and then we're discussing rights and liabilities that may accrue under an agreement.
Very insightful. Thank you so much, Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu, from your vantage point in London, how is India's arbitration landscape perceived by foreign clients and counsel today? What are the primary concerns?
I think the Indian legal bar, and a big kudos to a very valuable pool of jurists that we have in India, which are the retired judges, have really held the flag up for India's arbitration center. What distinguishes India's arbitration center from, I think, other jurisdiction is that we have a pool of very talented, experienced judges who have sat for many years of their career as a High Court judge, or in many cases Supreme Court. And they bring their experience and skills that they've gained in their long career to the arbitration panel to effectively decide disputes between the parties. So therefore, India has this very enriching community, not only of lawyers trained in common law, but also retired judges who are now actively participating in the arbitration scene. So that has built a lot of confidence when people look at India. Let me tell you, a lot of people felt, and I think there were comments made, that retired judges should not be used in the arbitration. But I think that is one of the biggest assets that India has. Okay. And that is really helping in promoting our legal landscape. Where I think foreign investors are a bit wary about India's arbitration ecosystem is the enforcement of an award. Not till the award comes, but after that, what happens? And there, I think it will take time before that can be sorted, because that's a bigger institutional issue that we have to deal with, because we have fewer courts and we have more litigation. So therefore, there's a heavy docket courts all over the country. And therefore, that will happen with time. But I think India's image in the global arbitration scene has immensely increased, thanks to the great conferences that the high courts are holding in various parts of the country and are promoting, the judges who are participating in it, and of course the bar, which very enthusiastically is not only participating in these conferences in India, but are coming to Dubai, are traveling to US, are traveling to various parts of the world, and telling people about how good our arbitration system is.
Right. Thank you so much, Abhimanyu. But one point, I think there is a more conversation which is required to be done on retired judges' point. I think we'll have to have a separate conversation on that. But one last question about the panel discussion topic today. Please tell me how navigating arbitration in the India-UAE corridor, how do you see it's going forward?
I think the India-UAE corridor arbitration will be booming, and there is a very particular reason for that, Bhumika. The reason is you have to understand that what differentiated UK from the rest of the world was people felt UK was a powerhouse of rule of law.
Yeah.
That was the biggest export commodity that UK had to the world. People from around the world, whether they were Russians, whether they were Indians, Australians, Greeks, they all felt very happy to go to UK because they felt their rule of law would be protected. But with the whole sanction regime and with all the tariffs all around, I think people are now not getting the kind of comfort they would get in a place like UK, and therefore a lot of that work is now shifting to UAE, and definitely it will then also trickle down to India. And given that our courts are really going to uphold rule of law when it comes to contractual and commercial agreements, and UAE is taking such significant steps, I think it's a boom time for this particular area of law in UAE and in India.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Abhimanyu, for giving your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.